understanding your emotions, understanding everything about human behavior and how it can help you create a healthier and happier lifestyle. Everything starts with the mind, and what the mind affects can be changed.
Heidi Brumbach with Be Well TV. Welcome back to Be Well TV Live, where today I'm here to welcome a very impressive woman, Maunda Land. Maunda actually comes from the meetings and association industry. She and I go way back, but now she is financially free and helping others become financially free. She and her husband, Bill, actually had a lot of desires, like they wanted to travel, they wanted to experience home ownership, they plan to adopt. And because of that, they decided to really take action and make it all happen. So Maunda, welcome.
So much for having me. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great. Well, thank you for, I know it's been a very busy time for you lately with traveling, even with some unfortunate circumstances, and I know it hasn't been your pleasure travel that you normally get to enjoy, but I watch everything that you do on social media, and you're just so impressive, and I want to talk to you first about this is such a time that people are very concerned about finances, even if they're not from the meetings and event industry, which you and I both are. There are people in all different industries that are experiencing a lot of hardships with their finances right now. And you, very much unlike many others, decided on your own free will to leave your job before there was a pandemic, before 2020, before anyone knew what was going to happen in the world. You did it by choice. And I want to ask you, how did you do that?
That's a really good question. I thank you so much, Heidi. I don't think if you were to ask me a few years ago, would I be in this position, I would say yes. I don't think I charted the course, but I think deep down inside, I knew that I wanted something more, and I knew that there was an opportunity to have it. And that, I think, just to say the truth, working a job is great, and giving so much to a corporation and seeing the lives change and that I've seen over the years is given me so much joy and fulfillment. But I know that getting to where I want to go and my ultimate goals was going to come through entrepreneurship. And my husband and I have had multiple businesses. He's been a consultant for many years, sometimes even with his own business. Now he works for a company. But I knew that I had to get to an entrepreneurial path in order to make it happen. And so my journey actually is one that, started with a traditional job, but then brought in those side hustles and then made them into a full-time hustle. And that has just been phenomenal. And I've absolutely loved it. And I'm so happy that I'm able to help others do that as well. So that's what it's all about. It's being able to turn your passions into profit.
Well, Maunda, one of the things that I really enjoy about you, that I respect about you, is that you're always learning. You're such an educated woman, both traditionally with college, but also you've taken it upon yourself to really dig in and learn a lot about the financial system and different strategies that a person can use to find their financial freedom. So I want to talk to you, what strategies do you use for financial freedom?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that this is key. I think one of the things that the pandemic showed us is that for people like myself, and those that may be older than me, they're used to jobs, traditional jobs that they've been there 10, 20, 30 years, for me, you know, but the pandemic showed us that unfortunately some corporations are vulnerable, and with that vulnerability meant layoffs, and you can't rely on just one source of income. So what made us a side hustle and me getting involved while I'm working a job and learning to trade foreign currency came into me being able to do this on a full-time basis and being able to make money every single day. And then now I got into this crypto world, being able to make money literally 24/7 because crypto never sleeps. So I'm absolutely thrilled that, if someone is still working a full-time job, they can still be able to create multiple streams of income and be able to get that financial freedom that they want. So that's kind of how I started. I was working, but I also had these multiple streams, these side hustles that I was doing, and it helped me to be able to learn to trade. So let me just back up and tell the story of trading. My husband has a great friend he grew up with, and he was a economist. He studied econ at the University of Michigan, the other school. But he studied econ, and he told him, you should learn about foreign currency and trading. You can make money from it. And he said, well, can you teach me? And he said, well, no, I'm just doing it, but I really don't know how to teach someone. And so at that time, my husband said, well, I think I want to learn. I had a mentor. She was just found out about this educational platform that teaches you how to trade foreign currency. And it was just like a godsend. So we were able to join that community. And because of that community, they have 3 different kind of areas, which is foreign currency, high frequency trading, but also this community called digital currency, which I'll get to in a minute. So we learned how to trade from that community, and we absolutely love it. Our team, I do all 3. So I do traditional Forex trading, which means you can trade stocks, you can trade, foreign currency, the US versus the Canadian dollar, and that movement in the market, you can make trades and adjustments on. Teaches you, and the platform teaches you how to do that and learn and earn at the same time. The high frequency trading, we actually have experts on our team, but then there's over 40 different sessions a week that helps you walk through the process of doing high frequency trading, which is time based, where you're doing it over 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the case may be. Very, very simple, but it's a different strategy and different technique to do it. And then one Friday night, I was sitting at home and watching on the couch, and I found out there's these educators that come on all times of day and night. And I got on this cryptocurrency educator, and he was talking about crypto and blockchain and the technology and the things that this new economic system is going to solve. And it pierced my ears. I said, well, let me learn more about this industry and let me start buying cryptocurrency. I mean, if I look back at my ledger, I think I got started in 2019. So I'm not, while we're still early in crypto, I'm not like the early adopters. I know someone that's been in it since 2010, and they're probably on a private island right now. But I am so happy that I was able to sit there and learn the information that I did and be able to invest. And it doesn't take a whole lot to invest. It's just a little bit over time. We call it dollar cost averaging. People can get started. Very simple.
So I know I consider myself to be a pretty intelligent person, and I try to understand what cryptocurrency is about and try to get all of the ups and downs. But as if you're talking to a 5-year-old, what in the world is cryptocurrency?
Yes. So, okay, Heidi, the 5-year-old. Cryptocurrency is just electronic cash. That's it. Simple as that. The only difference is we're sending money peer to peer, so you to me, without using a bank. So it's decentralized. So we're not using a banking system. We are using a peer-to-peer exchange, and that exchange is then recorded on what they call a blockchain. So the blockchain for Bitcoin is a public blockchain. So that exchange of currency from from my address to your address, or your address to my address, is recorded for perpetuity, forever. It's not going anywhere, and it's recorded, and it's public. So we can always go back and say, what was this? It's a 26 encrypted code. So it's not Maunda Land to Heidi. It is this long phrase to that long phrase. But if I know the phrases, then I can know who it comes through. So that is the simple way. It's very easy. It's just sending money. And the issue that it's solving is that it is getting around those fees that the banks are have in case. The banks do have various type of fees. So it gets around some of those. There are network transaction fees, but they're not as onerous in most cases as the fees that you would have on a normal banking system. Like, for instance, I just did a wire transfer, and the transfer was like $30. For me to send Bitcoin to you, the same amount of Bitcoin, it may cost $1.99. So, a dollar, or it's very, very small, and it's instantaneous. It's super fast, super quick, super simple. And all you need is a phone. That's pretty much all you need. You could use a computer, phone or a computer. That's it. And you can send it just that easy. And it's super fast. It's verified. Bitcoin, everyone is, there are different ones, but Bitcoin is verified by what they call a proof of work. So there are miners on the blockchain verifying that transaction. So it's not just one person verifying what's been done. It's several different miners, sometimes hundreds of, 6 or more, verifying that transaction as well.
So there are a lot of terms that float around, like trading currencies, and you mentioned being able to send the currency digitally, but can you buy things with it?
Well, you actually can. So this whole ecosystem of cryptocurrency, we're still at the infancy stages. So if it's piquing your interest, you just contact me and we'll get you kind of behind the door. But we're at the beginning stages of cryptocurrency, and you certainly can buy things. Visa is accepting Bitcoin. There are other PayPal just now is saying that they're going to use Bitcoin. So you certainly can use your Bitcoin. There are things called, and I don't want to throw out too many terms that could confuse people, but there are NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, that are experiences that people can buy, artwork, digital art, and NBA Top Shot moments and things like that you can buy using cryptocurrency. Now, you actually would then buy the cryptocurrency, the token or the coin, whichever one it would be in that platform, and then you would use that for the exchange. Sometimes you can still use US dollars, but as the dollar is decreasing, more and more prevalence for cryptocurrency is coming about. So yes, you can use it. Now, most likely, I still use the good old dollar to make my purchases. Why? Because I don't want to spend my crypto, because crypto is going up. My Bitcoin has gone up from just last year, when it was like $20-some thousand to, now that it's over 51,000. So I don't want to spend my Bitcoin. I want to invest more Bitcoin. So that's kind of my strategy, but you certainly have a lot of applications for you to be able to use the cryptocurrency as well.
Yeah, the numbers are just staggering, and I think anyone that pays attention to the news has seen that the amount of the increase with Bitcoin is unbelievable. So do you use your cash to buy the cryptocurrencies, and then when the numbers do go up and you say you've hit your goal, you've made what you want to make, then do you in turn sell it and get dollars back, like US currency back?
Can.
Okay.
Yes, you can treat crypto as a kind of stock type of situation, but the whole cryptocurrency space is a little different than stock. A traditional stock, you are buying and holding and then selling back to your native currency. The cryptocurrency space, the entire ecosystem of cryptocurrency, exists or can exist outside of fiat dollars. So, for instance, if I'm taking, the most simple application to use is Cash App. If I have Cash App, and pretty much everyone does, I can go to the squiggly third thing, squiggly line, and it says a B on it in stocks. So there's a stocks and a Bitcoin. I can take my fiat dollars, buy some Bitcoin. I can then invest that, keep that, exchange that for another cryptocurrency. I can see that other cryptocurrency appreciate in value. And then when that cryptocurrency, I'm ready to get rid of that cryptocurrency, I could change it back to Bitcoin or put in what they call a stable coin, which is like a USDC, US dollar coin. And that is not putting it back into US dollar, but it's locking in the value that you have at that price. So for instance, if I put all my Bitcoin and I had one Bitcoin and it's at 51,000, and I put that into USDC, then I would have $51,000 US dollar coins. But if it dipped lower, I could go back and buy more. So I'm not ever getting out of that system. I'm not getting out of and making it into US dollars, creating a taxable event. So it's a different situation. Whereas if you were to buy crypto, or if you were to buy a stock, anytime I move it and exchange it or buy another stock with that, I'm essentially cashing out of that stock and buying a new stock. So right. It's a whole different ecosystem of transactions that you are a part of. Thankfully, I worked in the accounting and finance space, and I have friends that are CPAs and learning this as well, because we are on the infancy stages of this. And it is a big opportunity for us to increase it and increase your holdings in this currency as well.
Yeah. Okay. So for those that are still a little concerned, because it is a very volatile, and like you said, it's in its infancies and there are no real guarantees, for people that want a little more of a tangible concept and something that's been around forever, you also invest in commodities, specifically silver, yes, and probably some other things that I don't know about. But tell me, how does that fit into your strategy, and what are some of the pros and cons of that?
Well, as a person that's always learning, one of the things that I try to read widely, Robert Kiyosaki, the founder of Rich Dad Poor Dad and the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, was talking, and if you follow him on Twitter, he's always talking about things to come. He has a radio show and always talking about opportunity. So we started looking at precious metals. When we saw back in March, when we had the pandemic and the market crash, where are people investing to preserve their wealth? That's what smart investors are doing. So they look at two things, one being cryptocurrency and the other being precious metals. Well, if you look at the last bull run, or the last time we had a situation, the last recession, 2008, 2009, and we didn't have crypto as prevalent. No, we didn't even have it hardly at all back then. So investing in a crypto asset wasn't really an option. So where did people put their money? And they put their money in precious metals. And if you looked from 2000, the last bull run, the price of silver actually appreciated more than gold. They both appreciated at thousands of percentage, which outlasted, the recession that we were dealing with. But smart investors were able to put their assets into those precious metals. And one of the things that I love is that I help people to be able to do that and to get the silver assets in their home. So not just looking at an electronic ETF or something like that, which is a possibility and something that people can do. But, I think those that are like Robert Kiyosaki and, a little bit older can realize and remember those times in which the government seized gold and we had bank freezes where you couldn't get your money out, you couldn't get, your assets out. But if you have a tangible physical gold or silver piece, then you're able to invest that piece and have that piece that's highly liquid and then you're able to go, and if you need to sell it, you can always sell it. There are companies that I worked in the association space, so the Numismatic Association has a list of dealers on their website that will accept bullion coins. So you definitely can always go to them and be able to sell your coins. They're always liquid. Precious metals are the most liquid thing that you can get. So I got involved in that, and I love being able to help people get their assets as well. So that's one thing that I do, and I've seen people grow their wealth. They take their emergency funds and they're able to divvy some of that up and put that into precious metal. So I can help people get silver coins as well as small little gold as well. So, that's one thing that we've been able to do, and people are really doing it or serving it as an inheritance. And so that's what my mother did for me. And it's been really good. And that's how we kind of designated some of our adoption funds, because my mother left me silver and I want other people to have silver as well. So that's my story.
I love that. So a lot of people feel like, I'm just not ready. I don't have the money to start up. I need to learn some more, and they kind of get stuck in analysis paralysis and they just don't take action. What are some things that individuals can do to prepare themselves mentally to be financially free?
That's part, and Heidi, when we were on the conference, one of the things I talked about was unboss yourself, and that's kind of the phrase that I've coined, and I'm actually getting ready for that course, and I'm very excited about it. But as I was going through the course, a lot of it is mental, because we are so wrapped up in our self-worth with our jobs. And I'm just going to be vulnerable and be honest. Going out there on that entrepreneurial journey was scary for me. It was a mentality that I needed to break. I knew this is what I needed to do, but doing it is one thing. And when you work a job, you're conditioned to every Friday getting a paycheck. That doesn't happen when you're an entrepreneur.
True.
Entrepreneur has to earn their money. They have to get out there and write those proposals. They have to burn the midnight oil. But what is so awesome is that you're able to help people based upon your skills, your knowledge, your passion, your ability, and then you're able to share that with others and see them have success as well. So I'm just grateful that I'm able to do that. And really, it's about your mentality. It's pushing past your insecurities. Whatever happened, you could have been laid off and worked somewhere for 30 years. Trust me, that affects you mentally. So the course is really all about learning how you can overcome those mental blocks, how you can get the clarity you need, how you can look at what your skills and abilities are and develop those side hustles. My side hustles don't have to be your side hustles, but I can guarantee you that everybody out there has skills and abilities that they can monetize. Now, I think back to the beginning of the pandemic. I worked at another organization, and I did Zoom calls every single day. International Zoom calls. I'm a Zoom guru. If I would have put together, and this is my hindsight, if I would have put together a Zoom course on the fundamentals, how do you click here, how do you do this, how you do a background, I could have monetized and made a whole lot of money. And I actually did some tutorials, but I didn't monetize it like I should. Those are the type of things. There are opportunities that can present yourself that can catapult you to success. And that's what I'm saying, and why I get so passionate about crypto, because we are at the beginning stages, and it can take you very far if you get involved. So the same thing. What are your skills? What are your attitudes? What are you good at that you can help others succeed as well? So that's what the course is going to be about. Everybody's path is going to be different, but it's going to lead to tremendous success.
Yeah, very exciting. And what Maunda was talking about was Maunda did a presentation for our virtual Be Well Con in December. And I'm going to tell anyone that's watching, first of all, it was a great presentation. We, sitting in the control room, were captivated. So anyone who's watching now that goes to bewelltv.online, if you subscribe to our newsletter, we will send you a link to watch that presentation. It's so fascinating, and I think Maunda made a special offer during that presentation as well, so you'll get 2 bonuses.
Yay!
So I actually listened to that presentation again this morning because I wanted to reflect and remember some of the things that you brought up to prepare me for today. And the last thing that I want to close with is one thing that you brought up, and that's mentorship. Tell the viewers about the importance of mentorship and how that can help you stay on track and stay motivated and take what might feel like a risk to you.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you can't get to where you want to go. If you could get to where you want to go, you would already be there alone. You would already be there. So let me say that again. If you could get to where you want to go alone, you would already be there. It's going to take something new, and that's new information, new experiences, new knowledge, new new environments. It's going to take all of that to get to where you want to go. And I am so grateful for the mentors that I have in my life. I mean, historic mentors like Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, common day mentors to my business coach, Dr. Stacia Pierce, to my crypto mentors, that are in our trading community. So that is the type of environment that you need to have, and what will take you to the next level. And never forget, like Heidi said, I'm always learning. I'm sitting on summits. I'm reading books. I'm growing, because the information that you have, as Dr. Stacia says, changes the seasons of your life. And so you want to be able to get those mentors, and you can get with people, figure out where you want to go, and figure out who is the best in that arena, and read their books. Give them a call, press in, do what you need to do, and see if you can get a hold of them. I mean, my association mentors have opened doors for me that I wouldn't be able to open on my own. It gives you access to information and people and knowledge and skill set, and gives you shortcuts that you wouldn't normally have. So I encourage you, really seek after where you want to go, what's next for you, and find those mentors that will help you get there. It will really better your life.
Well, Maunda, I think that you, as you mentioned, you enjoy educating, and you certainly make a great mentor. So if you are willing, I'd love for you to share how someone can reach you, both with your website and any social media, or any way they can reach you.
Yes. So thank you, Heidi. And I'm honored and humbled that as I continue to learn and I share, I'm able to help others. So thank you for that. Everyone can find me on social media at Maunda Land. I'm the only Maunda Land out there. I've been dealing with some people trying to use my images, but I'm the only Maunda Land out there. And you can find me there. And you can also find me on my website, financialfreedomforyou.com, which I will be posting all of the things, the Unboss Yourself course. I'm getting a new ebook that will be coming out soon on cryptocurrency, getting started, the 5-year-old. So now I got a new title for the 5-year-old information on getting started with crypto. So
Perfect.
So all of that, silver for Babyland, all that will be on financialfreedomforyou.com. But you can find me there, and feel free to message me, connect with me, Twitter, Instagram. I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to help people to get to where they want to go. That's what it's all about. And when I figured out that I want to help people and that I have knowledge and ability to be able to do so, that makes life fulfilling, and that's real, true financial freedom. So thank you so much.
Maunda, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your wisdom and your friendship, and I hope that more people connect with you so they can follow your path and get some great advice from you. Maunda, thank you again. Thank you to our viewers. Everyone, be well.